What's up everyone, my name is Arctic and welcome to another episode of Titanfall Tips and Tactics. In this video I'll be focused on the Stim ability. It's the second of 3 tactical abilities and it happens to unlock at level 8. When activated, the Stim boosts movement speed and health regeneration for the duration of its meter bar. The ability itself is great for parkouring around maps a lot faster, and it makes wall running and jumps much more effective, and it also keeps you alive when you most need health. The Stim has fairly straightforward tactical viability. I think it's safe to say most people understand that movement with Stim is very important, so parkouring around the maps much faster is a definite bonus, and that works on any game mode, any map. Attacking flags or hard points very important for Stim users to be able to quickly get 2 points and to capture flags if you have very good movement early game for flag running. Regenerating health after being damaged or while in a firefight. Now this one is really important because I think it's what separates the good Stim users from the great Stim users. If you're playing against someone that it seems like you just cannot take them down and they're using Stim, and I've run into a couple guys myself that just know when to pop that Stim, it can be a headache to deal with them. So trying to master the timing on when you should activate it, what you should be looking for the cues there with your HUD, and the best times to start, if it's before firefight starts, if it's in the middle. Those are all things to think about when you want to use the Stim for regenerating purposes. It's also good for catching up to the Atlas or the Ogre Titans. If you pop it at the right time, you can get rodeos. Obviously, the Ogre is the slowest one, so you're definitely going to be able to catch those. The Atlas is a little trickier, depending on how many boost dash they have left, and you're just not going to catch the Strider. So they have to literally be standing still when you pop that Stim in order for you to catch up to them. Now for tier kit and weapon pairing, I think that the Stim works well with the enhanced parkour kit when you're first starting out. Learning the ins and outs of wall running, wall jumping, double jumps, all that stuff can be really kind of tricky starting out. So I think the enhanced parkour kit kind of mutually benefits Stim. They kind of help each other. But I think once you unlock Power Cell, you want to immediately move to that because you can continually kind of activate your ability a lot faster. There's times when I think the difference between living in some situations because of that regeneration and dying depends on Power Cell. So the fact that you can consistently use it and activate your ability really benefits you. It's be hard for me to move from Power Cell, I think, long term. The only other kit that I've utilized there is the running gun kit for tier 1, and that is particularly because I have switched to the car SMG, and I've used the SMG a little bit, but I'm liking how it kind of feels with the Stim, having that movement boost, plus being able to sprint and shoot at the same time. Now obviously accuracy isn't going to be as great, but car SMG is just awesome. So for weapons, I'd recommend the carbine, SMG or car SMG, or the shotgun. Smart pistol can work as well, but I'm not big on the smart pistol because it doesn't seem as effective against players that also know how to move around the map, or that are utilizing Stim and you're trying to catch them. It just doesn't benefit that particular playstyle, I think, very well, but it can be used. Now for personal playstyle recommendations, it would be hard for me to recommend that anyone use Stim in any of the deathmatch style game modes, those being Attrition or Pilot Hunter. Frankly, I only find them useful in those game modes for the regeneration. If you're trying to parkour around the maps, you're probably going to get spotted, shot at, killed, more than likely if you're trying to use Stim to jump around the map. It just doesn't make sense there. It's impractical. And in those modes, since the objective is you probably want to move a little bit more meticulously and methodically, kind of think about where you're going around the map. Now for hardpoint and capture the flag, Stim definitely has a place. On hardpoint, it's great for capturing and retaking points. It can literally be the difference between, sometimes be the difference between you winning a match or losing a match, depending on how quickly you can get to a point, recapture it, and your survivability there once you are at a point in defending it. If you get waves of 3 at a time or 2 at a time, or just mixes, and particularly at points like B on all of the maps, it could be the difference between you winning and losing based on being able to regenerate your health. So very important on hardpoint, and capture the flag is just obvious. Movement is very important in that map. So especially early game, you want to if you have a pilot or a player on your team that is very good at parkouring around the maps quickly, in the first 3 minutes of the game before those Titans start dropping, you can get a couple caps in if that player's using Stim well and they know how to move around the map very successfully. Again, it's also very good if you're a flag runner to have that regeneration ability, because you're going to get constantly battered by opposing players and enemy fire. So it's definitely the go-to in the objective game modes. It's really hard for me to recommend that you guys play with it in the deathmatch, because frankly, you know, Active Radar Pulse and Cloak are just much better overall for those game modes. Now, you know, weapons, like I said, I personally use the Car SMG and the Carbine. Sometimes I use the shotgun, but those two weapons, the Car SMG and Carbine, work very well for Stim ability. And my last major tip I want to give you guys is you can maintain the speed of your Stim by basically timing your jumps almost immediately after landing when your Stim is basically completely depleted. So let's say you start it, you're parkouring around the map, you land on the ground, and you're like, oh man, I don't have my momentum anymore. Actually, if you time your jump appropriately, you can maintain your momentum and get back onto another wall if you just come short, or just continue that parkouring train to move around the maps faster. Now, Skyless, my teammate, is going to actually have a tutorial on how to do that. You guys can see a little bit here in my gameplay, but I'm not going to break that down today, but that's one last major tip for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Please make sure to give the video a like. These videos take very long for me to put together, so any support is greatly appreciated. And if you really enjoy my stuff, make sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss any more tips and tactics in the future. Peace.